The mics are right here, so make sure y'all talk into the mic kind of in a way.
So I gotta talk to her titty.
You don't really gotta talk. You don't really gotta talk.
Yeah, I gotta talk to her titty.
Yeah.
So I gotta talk. Yeah,
titty talk.
Titty talk.
You can move closer to me.
Titty talk could be a segment.
Oh, that should be a segment. Welcome to. We're not about to do this again. This is our second episode. We got this time. Welcome back to our. Shut the fuck up, bruh. Shut up. Welcome to another episode of 202 Unfiltered. I'm Trinn.
I'm India. Oh shit, I'm not even India.
One more time. Me, you,
Gabby,
then Destiny. Okay.
I'm Des.
Yeah.
I'm Jessica.
Okay. Welcome to another episode of 202 Unfiltered. I'm Trinn.
I'm Jess.
I'm Gabby. You what?
Jess.
Oh, I thought
I'm Trinity. This is Jessica. We have two special guests today. This is Gabby and this is Des. These are my cousins. We're not about to keep on going over this. These are my cousins. And we're here to film our second episode. Thank y'all for being here.
Yes. Welcome.
Thanks. Hey, let's get into it. How was your day?
I would say, let's check in. We starting with me?
I'm starting with you.
Okay, my day was good. My day was pretty good.
I had a good day. I went to my mother's house. I picked up my nephews. I seen them. It's always good. They seen Avery and Amir. And then I get to see y'all. That's always a good day. I really love. So, how was your day?
It was okay. Spent time with my baby.
New mama.
New mom. She just had a baby.
Welcome
to the mom club. I'm not in it, but she is.
Welcome
to the mom club. I'm not a mom. How do you feel?
It's a little tiring, but I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful.
Oh, how many hours of sleep do you get? How old is he?
None.
What's his name? Tell them about your baby.
You
just had a baby. Introduce yourself.
It's not even.
How did she hear the first thing about this?
His name is Sayer. He be a month on the 5th.
Oh.
That's my baby. Not much. He's not active yet, but he's getting there.
Okay, so the first thing I really wanted to get into, we're just gonna spice this up a little bit. I really wanted to get into the video that I seen. I'm sorry. The video I seen that's going viral on Twitter of a girl at an Airbnb with her friends, and she's on vacation, and allegedly she invited her boyfriend there to the Airbnb while they're on vacation. They was on a 3-day trip, and it was the last day. She had her own bedroom, but her friend didn't like that she invited her nigga there. She was like, damn, like she didn't like the nigga, and she was like, I don't like him. Why would you invite him here?
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask too, because when we briefly talked about it earlier, was it a previous situation with the friend and the guy? Because why is my man not welcomed if y'all don't have
the whole trip?
No, he just came the last day, and then they all had their own separate bedrooms as well.
Okay, go ahead.
And so the girl was trying to fight her.
Who?
Her friend was trying to fight her.
The one who brought her man?
The one who not the one who invited her man. The one who didn't want him to come. She was trying to fight her because she brought her man in. Yeah, she was recording it. Like, I'm just recording because I'm afraid for my life. I'm here with my friend, her cousins, and she's trying to fight me. And it was like a whole big ass thing.
Okay, and was her man
I
there?
understand afraid for my life.
No, her man had already left.
Okay, so she was trying to fight her after the man left.
Yeah. Like, why would you invite him here after I don't like him?
So he didn't
we
even.
We on a girls trip.
He didn't even stay the whole day.
But then what I'm saying is, if that's her man. They in a relationship, and I'm just thinking about myself. If I'm on vacation, say for instance I'm in Miami, for example, me and my friends on the trip, and my man is also on the trip at the same time. Say for instance like spring break trip or something,
and everybody's
the last
in
day,
out.
Like. And also somebody said in the comments, like, what if it was a random nigga? Like, what if y'all had went out and she had been like a random nigga and fucked him and like sent him on his way? But it's a problem because her nigga came, and just because you don't like him, it's a problem.
And it's probably
I think it also depends on
the girls as well.
Why she don't like him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like depending on the situation, how serious it is.
But I also understand being that girl who also don't want niggas around, because I'm that girl.
Mm-hmm. But like, if it's a girl's trip, like you can do without your man for a couple days.
But then I get being lit, being out of town, and your nigga there. It's a plus. He with his friends, I'm with my friends, and I can go.
It would be different.
Exactly, that's a plus.
But I definitely understand the whole I feel my life thing, especially what happened to that girl that went out.
Yeah,
was in Puerto Rico. She went.
Yeah, I think it was Puerto Rico.
And it's crazy that people be
Shanquella Robinson.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate as fuck, but it is crazy how people just be going out of town with people that they don't feel comfortable with.
Yeah, first of all, why put yourself in a situation where you're out of town with this person?
Stop planning trips with people that you don't feel comfortable with. Like, it's cool if you want to save money on an Airbnb. Yeah. It's cool if you want to save some money, but build that with people that you feel comfortable with spending time with, not just random people that you just want to tag along.
And that gets me into the next thing I really wanted to talk about, and I said comfortable around the girls. When you're in this industry and you're creating content or you're an artist, all of the multiple things I dabble in, a lot of the times there's a lot of people who come into my life who are only... Can you close that for me, please?
With the window?
The blinds.
Yes, looking.
It's just giving like somebody looking at us. There was a point in time, say when I was like 19 and 20, I wouldn't say looking for friends. However, like I was open to everybody that was like in my life. And I realized, I was on the phone with my mother one day. I think I said, I wish I had like cousins my age or some dumb shit I said. And she said, girl, what the hell is wrong with you? She made me realize that I have those people in my life and I need to just start taking advantage of the people I do have and cherish the people I do have. And I really, really, really appreciate y'all for coming out.
I'm excited. I really like that. Yeah, like, I'm here. Okay. I'm supporting 100%.
Like, I really, really appreciate you guys for coming out. And it's just like a different energy. That's what I was going to say. We were sitting right here and chilling, talking or whatever. And it's different when it's literally organic. Like, it's a different feeling I get when I'm around y'all too. But I was just saying, it just feels way better to be around family and people that you know really love and appreciate you, because it's so hard to find genuine people in your life. And it's like people always have those ill intentions, and although you argue and you fuss and you fight your cousins and you argue and you fuss and you fight your cousins, at the end of the day, like, those literally be the only people that be in your square at the end of every single day. And I feel like it's important to just cherish those people and those relationships. And even when it comes down the times when people do come to my video shoots, or people only come for a quick second, or like Sharita reposted my stuff, like, y'all know, to see those little things, it's like, okay, like, it just be a reminder of like everything I do it for, because it may seem like, I don't even think it seemed like this could just be me overthinking and being in my head, but I be feeling like I be so cut off from my family or from the world, and I be so focused on myself, and I'm so self-centered, and I be thinking like, I think the world revolves around me.
And definitely, and how we seen that as when we were younger, we seen how they were all separated. And we was like, why they? And that was us. It's because we getting older. We got, we living our lives. Everybody can't do the same thing.
And this don't mean that, like, I don't love you, I don't care about you.
Yeah, because I'm always a call away.
This is my focus, or this is my priority at the time.
Exactly.
100%, I agree. But damn, I lost my train of thought.
But speaking about people that you trust and being around people that you trust and people that care about you, and I know you said you didn't want to talk about this.
Oh God, I don't even know what you about to say.
You want to bring it up for a small amount of time.
What?
Because, wait, did everybody check in? Everybody felt like they checked in?
I had a great day.
Great day?
Yeah.
Great?
Yeah, it was a really good day, honestly.
Yes, I slept most of my day, but my dinner was good. This the girl that always want to make dinner, never want to cook for nobody. Never want to cook for nobody. I do cook for people.
I cried today. I failed. I was doing the challenge to not cry for the first 30 days of 2022 because I realized I cry every single day.
And that's healthy. If you cry in the release.
No, today I cried, so failed. I didn't cry yesterday. I cried yesterday for a split second, but I caught the tears with a napkin, so I didn't think it counted.
No.
It don't count, right? It didn't fall. Yeah, it could, and I caught it. Yeah, and I was like, man, that wasn't a cry.
The napkin absorbed it, so
but today I was like,
the earth forward.
Okay, go ahead. What you want to talk about?
Okay, y'all. And I really don't want to talk about it. Only reason I don't want to talk about it is because it's been troubling the earth for like 2 years. But the Tory and Megan verdict did definitely just come out, and Tory is guilty. And I just want everybody perspective, because if you ask me, and I don't want to put this necessarily into the earth, but at the beginning of time, I did once believe. I got something to say. I did believe Tory at a point in time, and then when she once when she said that he actually did it, I had
this is not ASMR. I had mixed thoughts, and all I'm saying is, I just want to see what's y'all perspective on it.
All I have to say is, just because you're guilty of something doesn't mean you did it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I feel like the best friend was in on it, honestly.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about people you trust, because she didn't trust. It's not about the guy.
Let me fill you in real quick. Let me tell you real quick. And this is just me doing my background work and me wanting to be a lawyer, right? Just one thing. I'm sick of it too. That's why I didn't want to bring it up. That's why I didn't want to talk about it. That's why I didn't want to talk about it. Because I feel like I know. Because I feel like I know, you know? And when I can't prove that I know, I was like, let me just shut the fuck up.
Can't nobody prove that they know.
Exactly. So I'm just going to shut the fuck up.
Weird.
That was weird. Hold on.
Yours not blinking. That's why I asked, because I just seen you.
Does it need to be charged?
Mm-mm. You told me to hold it when I put it on.
All right, stop. It's on. Cover your titty.
How though? Like, it's not even about me. It's about the way, like,
wardrobe malfunctions.
I have to pull from right here.
Yeah.
So I went to the liquor store. I went to the liquor store before I got here to get some wine. I go to the back because y'all know the wine is like in the back, in the freezer in the back. So when I walk back out here, footsteps behind me. I turn around, it's a nigga. He got his shirt like hanging off his collar. It's all dingied up. It's looked like he. Anyways, so then so I turned around and I said, "What's up?" So he like, "Yeah, I was just coming over here to tell you look good." I said, "Okay, but what's up?" He said, "Yeah, I was just saying it. What's up?" He like, "Yeah, you look cute. Can you put your number in my phone?" I said, "No, I'm good." And I turned back around just like that same time. I turned back around. I grabbed the Moscato. Why I turned back around, this nigga is like right there, like face to face. I said, "What the fuck is up? You good?" He said, "Yeah, I was just saying I wanted to know if you." He put his phone in my face. I said, "Yo, get that motherfucking phone out of my face, nigga." I said, "I'm good.
Give me my personal
What
space.
the fuck?" We need to get you. We need to get you something. He wasn't there. He was standing at the front of the store, but he couldn't see what was going on from like
in the back. You ever been in there?
In the wine. Have I ever been in lap?
I mean,
have I ever been in motherfucking lap?
I mean, if you know, if you know, you know. The wine is in the back, in the cut, like in the cut.
I would have said, "What the fuck is you doing?" What's wrong?
What's up with you?
You want me to put my number where?
That's crazy. I had a weird interaction today too.
I said, "You good? What's up?"
In the back of Lax is crazy.
The back of Lax. All right, go ahead.
Let's actually talk about that because I had a weird interaction too today.
Surviving Lax.
No, I wasn't in Lax. I was just in Southeast. So Surviving Southeast.
Surviving Southeast, the documentary. And somebody need to do it. Somebody need to do it. Give me my credit when y'all do it. I don't got time for that, but please do it.
Give us our credit.
Surviving Southeast. She said just stay in the house. Her tip, stay in the house.
Today, I was walking to my man house or whatever, and
not your man house.
You got a man, but
walking to your.
You can't keep moving your head.
Walking in.
Okay.
I was not walking to.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
because walking to is crazy.
Yeah.
Walking to your man house in 2023.
Okay, I was
ladies, if you're walking to your man house, walk the opposite way. Walk your ass back home.
So I'm walking in my house.
What if it's like the parking lot is a long way?
Anyway, I'm walking in the long parking lot, and the parking lot is like, well, I had to come off like the public. It's like a public street, and then it's like a walkway. So the street and the walkway or whatever. I'm walking down the walkway, and a guy, I see him in his car. He was parked, and he seen me, and he said, "Hey," I kept walking because I have no reason to talk to him. I'm literally turning into like the gate of like where he live at, and the guy pulled up like right before I could turn, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got you. What's up? Happy New Year's."
He got you what?
I said, "You got me." Luckily, you got me. Listen, what you give me for Christmas? Pull it up like that, like you owe me your son. Luckily, my man was right there. He opened the door. And he was like, and I said, "You heard that nigga?" He said, "He got me." He said, "He ain't got shit over here." I said, "Yeah, please." And I ran in the fucking door.
The episode 1 of Surviving Southeast.
No, for real, because it's treacherous, and it's like it's nothing wrong with a man giving an unsolicited compliment. If you see a beautiful woman, say something.
But that's it.
But that's
they
it.
Go too far then.
Because like, what you in my face
even
for?
To the point where
I ain't gonna lie, I would take a bitch before I take following me.
Females for rejecting them, like
because it's not that serious.
So it's like it be having me scared. Like, should I just?
Girl, yeah, I saw doing that.
And it shouldn't even be that.
They be out here killing motherfuckers if you don't get them.
And even they be out here killing you, even if they give you a fake number. So just give them, your ladies, a tip. Give them your number and then block them afterwards.
Immediately.
As soon as they call you or text you, it's cool.
Or just give them your Instagram because you feel like
fuck no, you don't get my Instagram. No,
I don't know. I give somebody
like you can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of Instagram.
You don't realize how much you do, how much like insight people can get.
You block somebody on your number, they can call you from another number.
Okay.
Keep blocking.
But you don't know what the fuck. You don't know where I be at. You can see all that shit from my Instagram.
No. Okay, that makes more sense.
And then also with you not responding immediately, blocking them, they probably like, damn, this bitch gave me the wrong number.
Yeah.
So it's like you never know. Yeah,
but you can't find
even with the numbers. Y'all don't be answering.
You don't even know my name. Yeah, I'm lying.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess giving your number is a great tip because it's
my name, Monica.
You can control
my name.
And
this is my number.
They have a Google
voice number
that you can use. You can still give them that number. It'll ring to your phone.
I used to have a text now number, but that's when I used to be like in my crazy toxic days. And I don't have a text now no more.
I got the app on my phone, but I don't.
Oh, so she said
I deleted the text app.
She said I don't turn 20. She said I don't turn 22 next week. Yeah, we still immature over here, baby.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave text now and like last year Google numbers. We're gonna leave that in the last year because I'm not in a place where I need to. If you don't answer me. You don't answer me.
What you mean if you don't answer me? Don't answer me.
Call again.
I pop up at houses. I pop up at jobs. I pop up at hospital visits. I pop up.
Y'all already know. If a nigga
I pop up at friends'
I'm gonna tell y'all to call that phone.
I popped up at a nigga. My last pop up was a crazy pop up. I told myself I'd never pop up again.
I used to get popped up on.
A nigga popped up on me before.
I did.
Oh, y'all wanna know so when nigga popped up on me? So let me tell y'all. So quick story.
Hold on, you had a pop up story that you wanted to talk about.
I popped up on somebody and somebody popped up on me. So we can talk about both. When I popped up the first time, I was going to tell him that I didn't want to talk to him no more. And I wasn't supposed to be popping up, but the way it happened was I was out with my best friends and we was driving. I was like, dang, I really, really gotta pee. And I swear to God, I looked up. I was GPS, and I looked up, and I swear to God, I was by his house. So I said, "Dang, I gotta pee." The whole car while I was talking about going to his house to tell him I don't want to talk to him no more. This seemed like the perfect opportunity. Go in here, pee real quick. Tell him I don't want to talk to him no more. It was Abner and Naima.
It's standing right in front of me.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, but I'm gonna go in there. I go to the house, y'all. It's crazy because we was like talking to each other. We didn't even like have sex yet. We was just talking to each other, but I really, really liked him. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just go there and tell him I don't want to talk to him no more. I'm talking to somebody else, and like, fuck it. That's it. I knock on the door. His father answers the door. He don't live with his parents. He lives alone, but his father was over his house. His father opened the door. He looked at me. He looked back, and it was a girl standing right there. And he said, wait, we gotta give him a fake name.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Brad. Okay, Brad. He looked at me. He looked back. He said, Brad, you got company. And I walked in the door. So Brad was in the bathroom. And Brad got a bathroom with like the doors are like this. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. When the bathroom got two entrances, one from the bedroom and then one from the living room. So Brad bathroom was like that. I walked up to the door. I had to pee. I knocked on the door. Brad unlocked the door. He was like, hold on, give me a second. He didn't know who the company was, and it was a bitch in there. So he came out he opened up the door, and then he walked out the door. We made like a brief eye contact, and he was like you could see in his face, like, oh shit. So he walked out the door, and then I sat on the toilet. I peed, minding my business, sat on the toilet. I texted my best friend. I said, y'all, it's a bitch in here. She said, are you still at the door? Do you want me to come in there? Like, do you want me to come to the door with you? I said, no, I'm already in here. I'm still on the toilet peeing, and it's a bitch in here. So she like, what's happening? I said, I'm going to let you know. Like, give me a second. So then I used the bathroom, and I came out, and she was gone.
The bitch?
Yeah. But we wasn't in a relationship. We was, like, in a talking phase, and I was talking to other people. So, like, she was there. Like, the bitch was gone. Like,
okay, so for one, that's crazy.
She was packing her stuff up.
So she was already in a process of leaving.
I don't know. I think he told her he had to leave.
If she
was comfortable when I walked.
If he just told her like,
baby girl was comfortable.
You gotta go right now.
No, baby,
then that's crazy.
I'm sure that's what he did. Baby girl was.
Oh, I would have prolonged my shit.
I would have been like,
no, baby girl. She had a scarf on her head, socks on, all of that. Leggings.
Oh my God, my stomach.
She looked like she was about to spend the night, but I was like, man, I didn't want to get out. Yeah, and I gotta go. I gotta go.
I'm gonna just wait for the video. We all gonna leave together.
The second time I popped up, it was on the same nigga.
We all were leaving.
It was on the same nigga, but that story is you gotta subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna tell y'all that story. The first time I ever got popped up on. So this is when I lived alone. At a point in time, there was a man that lived there with me. At a point in time. Allegedly. A man, but that was only for like the first couple of
a man
weeks.
or a boy.
A boy. There was a boy living with me. So basically, I broke up with him or whatever. But he left some of his stuff there. So months go by after the nigga leave or whatever. Listen, months go by after he leave. He texts me like, "Oh, I need such and such stuff out of the house or whatever." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. You can come get your stuff." I'm like, "I'm free tomorrow." He said, "Okay." Tomorrow come by. I forgot all about telling him. I forgot all about him coming to get his stuff. I'm laying across the bed, and I forgot that he said he was going to text me. So at the time, I'm talking to...
And he was unorganized about, like, how he was coming, where he was coming. It was
like, yeah, I'm coming this time. Oh, I don't get off work till then. Oh, I got to go do something else.
There was no specific timing of when everybody was going to be there.
Yeah, so the day come, I completely forgot about it. I'm in the house chilling with my man at the time. We're going to call him...
Your new man.
Jack.
We're going to call him Jack.
So I'm chilling in the house. No, the man at the time.
Like I'm saying at the time.
So I'm chilling with my new man at the time, and his brother was there. We all just in the house chilling. So my new man...
His brother, Day.
Yeah, so my new man, Jack and his brother, Day, was chilling in the house, sleeping. Yeah, they both fell asleep.
It sounds like Jack and Day.
They were crazy. So we sitting there chilling real hard. They end up falling asleep. I go in my room. I'm laying across the bed. I'm just on my phone. So then my old man texts me and he said, "I'm about to come get my stuff right now." So I said, "Oh, wow, I'm not even in the house." And he said, "For real? I'm like 5 minutes away. I'm about to pull up." And I said, "No, I left." Thinking that was going to get him to like just keep on going. Because like if you can't get in the house, then why would you go to the house? Yeah. He still came, but thank God I was on my pivot because I stay on my 10. I don't even play like that. Nigga never catch me slipping. I went out in the living room, and Day had woke up. That's my new man, brother. He woke up. My new man still sleeping on the couch. So then I go out there and I just sit. I sit on the couch just like this. So then Day like, "You good?" So I'm like, "Yeah." So I go out, look out the peephole. I locked the door. I made sure the chain was doing all this. I'm sitting right there.
The chain,
all of that. So then I go to the balcony and I close the things. And somebody there, he like, "What's up? Like you preparing for something? You good?" So I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling." So then we somebody there. Less than 2 minutes later, y'all, I swear to God, it was like I'm trying to find something. This is what it sounded like at the door. I swear. So we both sitting right there. So he like, "What's that noise?" So I'm like, "I don't know." I don't know. Mind you, this is my man, brother.
I can observe
sleep. So I go up to the front door, I look at the people, and I see my old man right there with a bouquet of flowers, and he's trying to like put them on the doorknob, like the door. Oh my God, y'all. So I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "What the fuck am I?" I'm thinking, "What the fuck?" So then I sit back down. So Daddy like, "What's happening out there? You good?" Like somebody at the door. So I'm like, "Oh, it's nothing. Like it's nothing. Like nothing going on." So at this point, Jack wake up. So Jack like, "What's going on?" So they like, "I don't know. Some shit happening out there." She said, "Ain't nothing happening out there." I don't know. So I'm looking. I'm like, "It's nothing, y'all." So I sit down. So like 2 minutes go by, and then like we hear whatever it was at the door fall, like the plastic fall.
Well, how many flowers did he get?
It was like a bouquet.
It was a bouquet.
It couldn't have been a big bouquet.
Like a 12, like a dozen.
It couldn't have been a dozen.
It was like a dozen.
It had to be a half a dozen if it felt like that.
It was in the plastic.
Okay, it fell through the doorknobs because the big one gonna stick through the door. Like,
it wasn't okay. Yeah, it wasn't the big one.
No, it wasn't no weight, but it wasn't no weight. It wasn't no weight on it. What you mean? At least give him his props. He still bought the flowers. That wasn't my man. He should have kept. That wasn't my man. We was broken up.
We was broken up.
We was like fully not together no more. Like I done moved.
And she had already moved on.
Yeah, like.
And she had advised him to move on as well.
Yeah, and I told him there's no hope, buddy.
That's fucked up.
Okay, so then
but that's not what it's about.
The flowers fall. At this point, they like, man, fuck what she's saying. Jack swings open the door. They see the flowers. They like, what the fuck?
I thought Day swung open the door.
Day Jack, whichever one of them crazy niggas did it. They swing open the door, grab the flowers. I stayed in the house. I'm like, whatever's gonna happen out there.
No, let them men handle that.
I'm gonna let them men handle it. Okay. I told this man not to come to my house. I said I'm not here. I'm gonna let them men handle it. I said I'm not here. Just come tomorrow. Let's just come another day. This is not gonna work. And he still came. So I'm like, I'm gonna let the men handle it. I literally said right there. Allegedly, what happened was they went out there and Jack grabbed the flowers from the ground or whatever. He went out there. They seen my old man walking back to his car from putting the flowers right there. They threw the flowers. Apparently, told that nigga told him don't come back, and it was like crazy. It was they had like a little back and forth or whatever. That was the only time I've ever gotten popped up on.
Do everybody else have a pop up or pop up?
She said she popped up all the time.
I never had a bad pop up.
I'm about to say
she queen pop up.
I never had a bad pop up.
I popped up and I slept outside of a nigga house all night.
I won't get myself caught up.
Don't incriminate yourself on here, please.
This is all allegedly and it's all past stuff. I'm just a story.
Yeah, none of this is recent.
It's all past stuff.
Yeah. The father of my child, make a long story short, I was hanging with this girl, his girlfriend. I was hanging with her. I did her hair, whatever case it be. And she felt like she was obligated to tell me something that he had did. And she had told me, one day she went over, the house with her dude to go see him. And when she walked in there, it was another bitch. And it was laid up, or whatever the case may be. So that triggered a whole bunch of bullshit. And I ended up approaching him about it, got into it with him about it real bad. He left his game at the house with the girl. Pick up the game. Went home, blocked him, haven't talked to him. Next morning, my phone was blown up. Calling me, where you at? I'm on my way to go get my birth control shot. So he just calling me. Where you at? Don't have no card at the moment. Just trying to figure out where I'm at. I don't know how you gonna get to where I'm at, but he got there.
He gonna walk.
I'm at the doctor's office, and he like, where you at? Mind you, this is like my second time going to this one. It's multiple ones when the unities and stuff in DC. So I went to that one for some odd reason. He knew I was at that one. How I don't know. He texted me like I'm outside. I'm like, you lying? Send me a picture of the front door. I said, oh my God. It's only one way in, one way out. I don't have nowhere to go. It took me about like 10 minutes to go outside. I go outside. He's following me up and down. You know where Shanika living.
Yeah.
Up and down the whole strip. I'm trying to get away. I can't get away. He just followed me nonstop. I said I'm about to call Uber. He like, no, I'm getting Uber with you. He called his brother to come get him. He trying to force me in the car. I feel like I was getting kidnapped, y'all. They just wouldn't go away. I ended up at home with him.
And now y'all don't have a baby.
Did you ever even get the birth control shot?
Yes. No, you did. Yes, I did.
You left us. No, once he says that picture, she left.
The doctor
I got the shot. I waited. It took me 10 minutes to leave out the building.
But y'all got a beautiful baby now.
Yes, we do. This was like a year, 2 years ago.
How long have we been talking to each other?
We almost 5 years.
Oh, really?
Well, I fuck with him. He a cool dude.
5 minutes, 4 years.
Fact. 5 minutes is 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Come on now.
I love my man.
Yes, I had one man tell me when I was at the store down. I was at the store and he told me, he was like, "Are you pregnant?" He was like, "What you having, a boy or girl?" I said, "A boy." He said, "Oh, you did all the work, didn't you?" I said, "Get your creep ass out of my face."
Oh, you see, surviving Southeast.
Where you was at?
I wasn't in Southeast. I was
surviving DC.
And this
We just keep expanding the
we had broke up. We was broken up for probably like, I don't know, like probably like 2 weeks. I told my mom, he popped up to my job. Hold it. He popped up to my job. I told him I wasn't at work though. I told him I wasn't at work because my new man was coming to my job to take me up to the bar across the street from my job.
Okay. Oh wow.
So he told me, he like, yeah, I'm outside the job. I'm like, I don't care, I'm not at work. But at the same time he telling me that, my new man pulled up to my job and he came in, he was like, I'm gonna be across the street when you get off work. I was like, all right, cool. But I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna get away from this crazy motherfucker if he outside. Like, and that's the only way I can leave out. Oh my God. So
I ain't got no back door.
no.
She was one way in, one way
A
out.
lot of my jobs.
And I was security, so I had to be the last one to leave. Like,
oh yeah,
I had to be the last one to leave.
that's crazy.
So next thing you know, it's time for me to go. I see his car like in the parking lot. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna leave out. I'm gonna try to run. I tell y'all.
This will catch all that.
When I tell y'all, I fucking left out of that place and I hauled ass. He realized started chasing me, but then I went to the side of the building and I ducked down. And it was dark. I got off work at like 9:00 at night, so it was dark outside. It was dark outside, so it was dark outside. So listen, mind you, the bar I'm supposed to be me and my new man at is
and this is
across
when
the
she
street.
went to the bar.
I couldn't run to the bar because that would have been, he would have seen exactly where I was going. So I was like, no, I can't do that.
You trying to lose him type shit.
Yeah, so I went to the side of the building, I ducked down, I seen him ride past. I'm like, all right, I gotta hurry up and haul ass to the bar so he don't see where I'm going at.
Kardashian me.
Like, I really had to. And then I got to the bar, my man was in there, he was in there with his cousins and stuff. So they see me running. They're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, nothing wrong. We just got to go. They're like, why we got to go? We just got here. I'm like, we got to go. So later on that day.
I don't need to play like that. Anything
it got terrible.
Anything that got anything to do with me getting popped up on. Anything that got anything
with
to do with me getting caught up. I can't. Getting caught up. Won't catch me there. Won't catch me doing it.
But then I got caught up. Well, I actually set myself there. That's how talked I was. I used to set myself there, get caught up. Just so you can prove a nigga that you got niggas. Yeah, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
I did that, and then guess what? So I ended up going home with my new man, and then the old man still kept calling. I'm like, yeah, man, my new nigga house leaving on da. He like, damn, like trying to say sorry. I'm sorry. But I ended up telling my new man what happened because he was just kept asking. I'm like, bro, like stop fucking asking me, just drive.
He kept asking you why you was running.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
What happened? Why
was you running?
What's going on?
Hey, I told you I was running. He was chasing me.
Crackhead. You was out of breath when I seen you earlier.
I was a crackhead chasing me.
No.
To this day, I don't know. I don't want to get chased by a crackhead.
Oh my God. Surviving Southeast.
Oh my God.
Me and you. We known each other for so long. You remember when me, you, and Kier, all of us, we went to the carnival?
Uh-huh.
You remember that?
Yes.
I don't know how, where, what, but I remember all of us got dropped off home or whatever.
Yes.
I got dropped off at Anacostia Metro Station, right? So I had to go get on the bus home. It was kind of late or whatever, but that's my vibe anyway, get on the bus late. So
she was a fast ass little girl anyway. She wanna try to cover her strict ass household.
Yeah, y'all, my house is too strict. I used to stay outside and just be like, oh, the bus was late.
The bus was late.
But no, and my parents used to believe that shit. Sorry, Darlene. Sorry, Willie.
Trinity phone died and I had to wait with her inside McDonald's to let it charge.
This surviving Southeast for real, y'all. I'm on Willow Road right there where Holiday at. And I was right there by Holiday or whatever. This was right before they built like the baseball court, right before gentrification. So like 2012, 2011, some shit like that. And I'm walking past Holiday and y'all ever seen a movie and it's dark everywhere, but it's that one piece of light?
Oh, like SpongeBob.
Just like the episode of SpongeBob. Damn, I'm sorry. Just like the episode of SpongeBob, y'all. It's dark as fuck. It's one piece of light. And in that one piece of light, I see a guy, a man, big as shit, like. So. I see a dude. I'm on like walking down Willow Road. He's in the light, like Holiday Market or whatever. This is the one light that's working. I see him and I'm like, damn.
He's
like,
somebody that look like Holiday Heart.
Yeah, like I was terrified. I don't know what the fuck he was looking like. He looked terrifying. And I'm walking down the hill and out of nowhere, I see him leave out of the light.
Where'd he go?
Towards me. He's walking towards me.
I would have hauled.
No, listen. Anyway, so I see him leave out the light. Once I see this man leave out the light, you say you would have hauled ass.
Keep on.
Once I seen him cross into the field. Okay, so the field is like a hill. I'm taking the pathway because I'm a normal fucking person. Normal people, they walk on the fucking path. This nigga went in the dirt. Once I seen this nigga hit the dirt, I hauled ass all the way home. I looked back one time. I seen the nigga behind me. I seen the nigga behind me.
You keep looking back.
After that,
you seen behind you close or far?
Bitch, I was moving so fast that Jesus couldn't catch me.
You keep looking back.
I ran for my soul.
Okay, so
I watch Will before I watch him.
It's a new Will.
Whoa.
Will is crazy.
Let's not get into Will and Will live and the whole.
Will is crazy.
No, but
okay.
He
what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
I got really shit to say about him. He do his shit, but I don't like that shit either.
It's all
messy.
Y'all know what?
It's all messy. It's just messy.
I do want to say this though, and I don't really want to even like comment on it for a long time, but I do want to say this about all DMV content creators. No matter what you do, if it's positive or negative, thrive. You have to keep it in mind what you putting out there for the people, and you got to keep it in mind what you want the people to see and what type of impact you have.
No shade. Look at Wendy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
God don't play about his people.
God don't play about his people, but also whatever the fuck you put out there, that shit is going to come back to you 10 times fold. And all of these people that's instigating and like antagonizing and bullying and they making it seem like they're not bullying.
Bigger than antagonizing and bullying, these motherfuckers is linking up to go brawl on live. He got cameraman. He got bitches out there.
It's costing people lives.
Motherfuckers fighting for their lives.
Getting on live, explaining their whole fucking life.
Their whole life. That
people are embarrassed.
If you have that self-control, you don't have to. It's a lot of people that go in there and be like, I'm not about to sit here and explain myself.
But even
I don't want to press that button, set that phone up.
Going as far as getting on live to defend yourself. I've been on Will Live before. They put me on the docket.
I've always watched it just to catch.
They put me on the docket.
Will Live before?
They put
you.
I don't give a fuck about being put on the docket. You joined the live before?
No, I don't watch it. The only time, I swear to God, and it's so crazy. Let me tell y'all.
I joined the live before.
No, I'm not saying join the live. I'm saying get on live with me.
Oh no, never.
I've never joined the live. That's what I'm saying. It's all about even getting on there and saying like, oh, I don't want to like go in there and explain myself. You don't even have to do that. Like getting on there and saying, oh, I don't got to do this. You don't have to do that. They put me on the docket and it's so crazy because every time somebody see me Will Live, and I swear to God, I'd be like, somebody put me on Will Live. And every time somebody send it, I'd be like, oh no, it's just some funny shit. I click it, here we talking about, and I'd be like, oh, and I just swipe out.
But the thing is, even when you don't get on there, he would go to they'd be like, next T. So
and that's what I'm saying. It's not about
that's what the next, and that's what my next point was. They literally have the mind span of a fucking pea. It's this small. It's
a net's ass.
Okay, a net's ass. They have the mind
span of a net's ass.
Of a net's ass. So it's really not that important. They're gonna see it, they're gonna get their little kikis, they're gonna send it out, they're gonna move on to the next thing. And if you don't engage in it, they're gonna forget about it 100%.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't like the motherfuckers that get on the live and say,
no point in getting
I didn't get on here.
They got on there talking about
brief intermission back, but we're back.
So bad, y'all.
We're back.
I really wanted to talk to y'all about motherhood and
yes.
What was your question?
I'm a mother.
No drama. 2 mothers. No drama.
I have a couple of questions for mother to mother. And having a boy and everything, it's like as he got older, like did it get more hard or was it like easier?
I'm like newborn.
Yeah, to like
I think it got easier because it's like with a baby crying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, a couple of things is wrong. He needs hypertension, he hungry. As they get older, they can tell you like
it's more
wrong.
verbal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I use the bathroom.
Yeah.
But
I'm
okay,
hungry.
so
I'm
when
hungry.
he was
My tummy hurt. I'm hungry.
newborn to like 8 months, like you understood the cries. Did you understand? Because I feel like I don't be knowing what's wrong, and I get frustrated sometimes because he can't tell me what's wrong. So like,
but that's why you gotta try like to figure out.
I do everything, and it just be like sometimes it's still like I don't know if I'm not putting you to sleep right. You still hungry? Like I just changed your butt. Like I'm swaddling you. Like it's just like all this stuff I'll try, and he still sometimes be fussy.
What about skin to skin? Like
I mean, I walk in the house with no clothes on all the time,
And
so
sometimes-
he gets as much skin as he can get.
Maybe sometimes I don't know if it's because my stomach hurt. Maybe he be gassy sometimes.
that is another thing.
But you
Because
gotta
I know
put these
this one
drops
thing.
in like his milk and stuff.
Yeah, but I know this one thing. It's like a baby crying.
Right? Like what drops?
It's like some gas drops.
But one lady talked about on TikTok. She said that her son just wouldn't stop crying. Like he was just crying. Then a doctor was like, I think he gassy, and then prescribed him some little drops, like she was saying. And it really was just gas. Like their stomach, it'd be like a cramp, and like you don't know.
It'd be frustrating because he doesn't cry. He grunts. Like it's not a cry. He just be
Avery Oldman. One of them used to do that.
like just
real
Okay,
bad.
it might still be gassy. Probably
Real bad. It was probably a
Yeah.
No, because one of the babies used to do that. I think Avery used to do that when he was a baby. It was like a constant grunt. We thought something was wrong with him. Took him to the hospital and all of that. They was like, there's nothing wrong with him. Like
he
we
just
thought.
Be grunting. He be red all the time. Yeah, he a little red bean.
Oh.
And I'm not a mom, but just like as women, people always think like, oh, I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing it right. Or I'm incompetent. I'm not doing it wrong. And like whatever your instinct is telling you to do with your baby, whatever you feel is right. I feel like that's what you should go with because it's your creation. It came out of you.
I get that.
And even though you may not understand like what's going on, eventually you will.
I get that a lot.
And you'll get it.
His mom, she always,
And it's definitely good to have a good support system. I think that's another reason why it got easier for me because I had like a good support system.
They're more excited because he's the first nephew, grandson, so he's spoiled all the way around. But I don't know, like. I don't know. It'd be a lot to talk about. Like we're gonna have the whole podcast.
But it's not even.
It's fine. You can talk about it.
It's not even just about him being spoiled. It's also about your mental because it's like something new for you.
Yeah.
So you still have to have a good support system. Like
you're young and you still have to go through life with like finding yourself.
I was the same age. I had Mason when I was 19 years old. So like, you gotta have a good support system like all around the board.
I just feel like I did everything that I got now. I did it because of him. Like I wouldn't, if I wasn't pregnant, I probably wouldn't even be living in my own apartment. I still wouldn't have my car.
You wouldn't have pushed for those things for yourself because you wouldn't have felt like you needed them.
Also, I think that it's important to. This is just me speaking, like it's not a mother, just me from what I've visualized and being an aunt of 30 nieces and nephews and being a sister and being around all of you guys and being around young mothers. I feel like that it's important to find your why outside of your child. I feel like it's really, really important to find your purpose. Your purpose here, although you may like feel like you was here to be a mom and you feel like you have to achieve these things and be the best mother. You have to go hard for your child. You have to figure out your why, like what's going to keep you going. Because God forbid something happens to your child, you have to figure out your why, and what's going to keep you going and what's going to keep you motivated. Oh, this your child, but like you can't use him as like that
motivation.
And that is your motivation. That is your push. Don't get me wrong. But like your motivation, it was a quote that I just sent you. Your motivation has the opportunity to let you down. It's your It's like your determination. Not your. It was
you
something
could paraphrase
it. To do all the time.
It's like your purpose is what's really going to keep you going, not your motivation. So whether it's like being the best woman that you can be, whether it's like
thing
thriving
for ladies, don't just go out and have a baby because I feel like I love him right now. Because that's like a life-changing decision that you have to live.
It's forever.
I wake up every day.
You find your purpose
like, what the fuck?
within you first.
No, sir.
If you can, worry about you first, and then worry about having a baby.
And a baby is a blessing, but you know, just set up a good foundation first before you make that decision.
And then I don't want you guys to be in a situation where you feel like, okay, now I got a baby. And now for like the future mothers, and I'm not saying this is anybody's situation in this room, but like now I got a baby and now I gotta go harder. And it's like
you should have went hard before.
Not even you should have went hard before. It's like just put yourself, and not even what you should have did. Future references, just put yourself in a situation where you are like you're on the route to finding your why and your purpose, and you don't put your child in that situation to like, because then it starts to feel like
don't use it as a reason.
Child, you start to feel like that guilt in a way, because sometimes if parents don't like achieve those goals, or if parents feel like they didn't give you the best life, when they start to project those things, then the child has to deal with it,
and that creates other issues.
So I feel like it's important to create the environment where like you know that like, yeah, you my child, that's why I'm going hard for you and I'm trying to provide the best life for you, but like what do you want to do? What do Gabby love?
And you want to show your children drive.
It's easy to settle with like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go take this job because like I need this money. What are you passionate about? Because it's easy to like live a life that you hate just because you have to provide for a child, and I'm all doing all of this for you, and you going so hard and you working all these hours, however you're not doing anything for yourself. It's all just about providing for the child. But what about you? And at the end, your child may feel like the life that they deserve. You couldn't show up to certain things because you're working all these hours, or so many different pros and cons. Just pay attention to yourself and pay attention to what's important to you, and don't lose yourself. You're really, really young. You still have the chance to body this shit. Don't lose yourself. I feel like it's really, really easy in that. And like if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here.
I'm here too,
like,
girl.
100%. I'm not a mom, but I know postpartum is 100% real. And even if we have to do this, if you don't want to do this, when we come to your house, like I'm literally a call away.
I honestly, personally, with the whole postpartum thing, like when I first came home, I felt like I was so happy. Even though I am, like, I'm happy to be with my baby. Like every morning, I love waking up to him. I love going to sleep with him. Like I'm constantly with him. It's just like I felt like, and now it's getting to a point with, you know, he's getting older by the day, and it's like, you know, he's changing more now that I'm actually paying attention to seeing that he's changing more. So he's like, he's up more, he sleeps too long, or like, you know, it's stuff that I worry about. And then dealing with the father of my child.
Don't stress yourself out.
You know, and I don't be trying to. Like, I honestly, that's one thing, like we said, babies change the relationship.
I can tell you one thing, me having my son, I feel like that gave me a reason to leave.
One thing that I will tell you,
shit that I had to go through,
because you don't want it around.
Like that gave me, it was around for a little bit, but after a while,
you understood.
That gave me a reason to leave. Like I'm done with this shit.
I want you to know though that like even though it may seem difficult, where it's like you sleeping too long, you're paying attention to different things, you're starting to notice different things, you're overthinking, you're judging yourself or like others, whatever it is, God wouldn't bring you to a storm that He couldn't get you through. Like it's gonna be okay.
I feel like I don't know, like because
He always gets you through. He always gets you through the storm. Exactly. Imagine every single dark path that you've been down. And look where you are now.
Yeah, I was about to say, and look where you are now.
All of those moments, and we literally lived together. Like we spent our entire childhood together. There was moments where like we both been in like dark ass places where we feel like we'd never get out of this.
And you thought you would never. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
That's why I said when I look back on, you know, my childhood and the toxicness that was within our household,
and now as an adult, it makes you really sit down and like realize these things. I realized, I'm sorry to like change the subject really quickly, but to touch on what you're saying, I realized I was like really combative, and at first I would always say like, oh no, I'm such a sweetheart, I don't like arguing, I'm not toxic, like that's just not me. And then the moment something happens in like my relationship, when I finally like, because I moved out of my mom's house when I was, the day after I turned 18, I left. Went outside, I left for college, and I ain't been back since. Ever since then, I've been in these relationships, and I was like living with somebody, like I spoke on earlier in the episode, And I realized I was really, really combative and I was aggressive sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to realize that I'm painting this picture to be this wholesome, calm person who I know in my heart I am.
Mm-hmm.
However, I didn't realize that my environment and the household that I grew up in really played a big role in how I react to things and how I respond to things today. Like, I really had to take a step back, really identify the things that I was going through as a child to realize how it played a role into how I was responding and reacting and to how I was. I'm not even an aggressive ass person. However, I grew up in a household where I've seen, growing up as a child, I've seen my mother and I've seen my brother fight my mother, where I've seen my brother fight your father, multiple different occasions, just in one household. I've seen like literally like just so many things where it's like constant combative. I lived in a household with like angry people, and we live in an environment where everyone is like so
well, aggressiveness is okay and it's normal.
Statistic where it says there's something in the water that makes us angrier. Like our first response, even when you out in public, when you out of town, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, everybody can always identify you from DC. Like, where you from? Like the way you carry yourself, the way you respond, how we're always seen as aggressive and we always got attitudes, and how niggas on the street, how they perceive us. How like when the niggas get money, they go for the little white girls or the Maryland girls. You know how
them bitches ain't nobody either, but okay.
Exactly. Like they already have this stereotype painted about us. We grow up fighting, and it's crazy because it's not normal. Before we wasn't even recording, we was talking about something. We was talking about like relationships and just growing up. I was saying you have to allow people to grow up, get through those relationships, domestic violence, relationships.
Can't say that, but yeah.
And I mentioned we literally all four of us fought each other, and y'all have had disagreements within each other, and like, and it's crazy because it's not normal for people to grow up fighting each other.
But you have to grow up and unlearn those behaviors.
It's not normal for us to be as close as we are in our life
and still get to that point.
It's like it's 100% not normal. We don't get to that fucking point.
But to have, but yeah.
I would say to have gotten to that point in the fucking past. We don't get to that point.
Y'all see all of the physical abuse come from Trinity.
Don't play like that.
Physically abused daily. First example, just now.
No, she's being dramatic. It's really not normal, especially when you look like other communities, like white people, or like it's really not normal. Yeah,
that aggressive behavior, it just don't flow in everyday relationships.
Yeah, like even when it comes, the first thing when nigga got you fucked up, what's the first thing you want to do? I'm finna go beat this nigga ass. I'm gonna go beat this nigga ass.
And that used to be my problem too, though. Like, especially with the relationship I'm in now. At the very beginning, I was the first person to initiate a swing, and that it triggered something to where though it never stopped for. It triggered something that just wouldn't stop for a very long time, and then now once I did it, he thought it was okay, and it got worse on his end than it did on mine.
Creating that habit. That's what it is.
So it was always something I'm used to though. That's why it never stopped. Like I never left.
Yeah, and it's literally something you're used to. And
you got to unlearn and unteach though.
And you're used to it because it's like we grow up in these households, in these communities where the first thing you do, and it's like, I'm glad that you are identifying these things now, and it really grows to show your growth. And I'm really proud of you about that. And it's crazy that like we don't come from these households or these environments anymore. We're like,
but I'm kind
of
grateful. Well, I say grateful, but I'm kind of, I don't want to say appreciative or whatever.
You have gratitude and grateful. You have gratitude.
To come from that environment, because I wouldn't be the person I am today.
You wouldn't be the person you are today, but then it allows you to give your child a different life.
Yes, and that's why I was going to speak on that too as well. Like, especially with my mother, and I'm not going to bash my mother, but with her not being there like she was supposed to, I never ever want to like have him experience that. I want to be there for everything. I want to see him graduate. I don't give a fuck. I'm there for any award. I don't give a fuck. It's good attendance. I'm there for everything. Like I want him to understand that I'm always here for him. I want him to be able to come to me regardless of being a male or not. Like, I'm your mother, but I'm your best friend. Like, I'm here, your sidekick, your hero, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be here for you because I didn't experience that with my mother. Only person I did have mainly was my dad. So especially to support me financially, emotionally. Like, he made sure every Christmas was special, every birthday was special. Like, he was always there. It's just that I feel like growing up, my whole,
maternal figure.
Yeah.
It was shaped and shifted.
Yeah. So And especially,
And
I had that female figure from, you know, Maru, from Tasha, from, you know, all my older cousins, and you know, you Sade.
But
it's
it was
just
there.
different when it's
Yeah.
not your
it's different when it's not your
Yeah,
mother.
so-
It was crazy because we've experienced that. The same with Destiny, the same with myself. We've experienced that, and that's why I feel like we can relate in a lot of other different ways. And that's just like being in the same environment. I feel like though you have to. I do feel when you say you appreciate those things, and I do feel like you have to give it like. I want you to know that, like, not to make excuses for anybody, but the person that raised you, the household you did live in, although it was fucked up, I was there, and I'm here firsthand to tell you it was fucked up, and anything that like has happened, maybe this should be done off camera. Like, I really genuinely apologize for like the fucked up shit that's happened in our household and like how that has shifted.
What, to me personally?
Yeah, and it shifted and shaped it
I
and
feel like
shaped your way
as
of
a
like.
kid, you can't. Oh, this every time I get to the subject, I do get emotional because as a kid, you know, you don't know much. And then I feel like most of the stuff, like the way it was in the household, it triggered me to do more of the things that I shouldn't have been doing. You know what I'm saying? So as I got older, I realized, but like with the whole school thing, that was a, you know, a big issue with me. And I feel like that played a part with the way I was treated, you know, my attitude and how, you know, how, I don't know. It was just a lot. I just feel like
how like you be trying to like, I get what you're saying, like the revenge part or some part, like it's not really revenge, but like I get what you're saying, like as a child.
Yeah, so as I got older, I realized like all of that was uncalled for.
Those feelings are like neglection.
Yeah.
Those feelings are abandonment issues. Now all of those things, as adults, those things have names now. This isn't a child that's acting out. This isn't a child that we need to be punishing and putting in a room and bashing and yelling at and exposing for acting out. This is a child that's crying out for help. This is a child that needs her mother. That's what this is.
I knew it was more so love though. Like it wasn't hatred towards me. I know that for sure. Like it was never hatred from anybody. It was just different. It was just different from, I don't know. I just feel like I was a handful at the same time, but you know, it was certain ways that you could have went around that.
You were a handful. However, we deal with handfuls all the time.
I know.
We deal with handfuls all the time.
And don't like,
you
know, try to blame yourself.
Don't try to blame yourself.
No, and I'm not trying to blame myself. It's just like I know from both parties, like from me and from the adults, like
but you're a child.
When I got older, let me speak on that. When I got older,
you're a child.
I get what you're saying. You are a child.
However, I'm apologizing to my parents today for things that I've done going through puberty. Yeah, but the thing about it is, at that moment, but listen, at those moments, I understand that no matter what a person told me, I had real emotions and real feelings that mattered to me, and it was no resolution to them. And these are feelings that even my parents feel, your parents feel. Everybody had to go through these points in their lives where you have to understand things on your own. You have to dip your feet in the water. You have to put your hand on the burning hot stove to see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to. And I was blessed to have two parents. I was blessed to have that grace. But at the same time, she
had a dad, and me and Destiny ain't have neither.
But I still made similar decisions to y'all. We still ended up in the same places. So it's not even about what your setting is.
Look at me now. Oh,
getting paper.
I do honestly, you know, try not to put myself at fault, but I do. Like I said, both parties play a part. So I just feel like I'm grateful. I'm happy that I went through what I went through, and I'm still going through what I'm going through because it changed me every day to be a person, to be a better mom. I feel like You're
glowing.
Thank you.
You look good.
Thank you. For the past, what?
Your hair look good.
Too. Thank you.
I'm about to start taking vitamins.
That I take them every day.
I'm gonna start taking them.
But it does change a person a lot to go through what you're going through. I fight for myself. I fight for my family. I fight for my baby. I get up every day, work. I be tired. Don't get no sleep, but I still do what I gotta do. I'm grateful for Gary and all them. I
hear you, Pooh. I did want to say something right before we left off of the topic when you were saying about finding your purpose. And that's really what it's about, though. Getting up every day But getting up every day and finding your purpose, because you want to show your child your purpose. You want to show your child what it means to be ambitious and what it means to love something and what it means to put your mind towards something, you know? So that's what she means when she's saying, like, find a purpose outside of your child, because you want to teach your child how to be ambitious and teach your child how to have drive and focus. And I feel like that's something I just didn't learn. I was raised in a 2-parent household. I did have love. I did have support. But I didn't know what ambition was. And I had to find that on my own.
Yeah.
And it was tough because it took me a long time to know what it meant to work towards something.
And I feel like I said, with our household, we were already put in that perspective. Like,
it was
within our family.
Mindset.
Like, you were already, as soon as we got there, you do what you got to do. You do it correctly for yourself. Like, it has to. You always had to fend for yourself. It was always that.
It was every man for himself. Like, definitely. You figure it out, and how you figure it out is how it's going to be.
And it shouldn't be like that. And that's what I'm saying. You know what it is, and you know what it should be.
Yeah, like now, all of us just being older and being around each other. Use your resources. And I also don't want you, not you in general, y'all as well. You know those parents, like, I work so hard to provide you this.
That's
something.
Don't throw that in your child's
and I gave you that. Well, unfortunately, I didn't ask to be here, but you're supposed to do that. And if you're not, I'm gonna call the police and you will go to jail.
And another thing I would like to say to most females, don't go having kids if you're not going to love your child. If you're going to beat on your child, degrade your child, make your child feel any less than what they probably already feeling. It's no point in you out here.
Yeah.
But I don't see how the girls even hate their kids, because
I'm in love.
Me as a person,
they be beautiful.
Yeah.
They can tell. She can tell you. Yes. That's when I'm nice.
Obsessed.
Yes, that's the only time Destiny is nice. When it comes to a child. Like, that's the only time. Destiny is a bitch. Like, she is the definition of a bitch. Like, she's irritating. She don't give a fuck. She will curse anybody out. She will have an attitude. She don't give a fuck who you are. Like,
not too much.
Thank you.
But when it comes to Mace Mace, my girl is sweetheart.
That's how
it's so crazy.
To be. I feel like that's really how it's supposed to be. Like, don't go out here treating a child like anything. Don't listen to your child. And I feel like my biggest problem with him when he get older, I'm not going to be able to give him, like, I feel like I'm not going to be able to, like, let go. Like, I'm not going to be able, like, I don't want him out here all the time. Like, when it comes to college and stuff like that, like, it's going to be hard for me to be.
Let me tell you, my mother had to tell me this the other day. She said that, I don't know why we was talking about, like, women having babies, but she said that the problem why women be acting like that and can't let go of their kids is because you don't remember that, like, yeah, this is your kid, but this is God's child. God has the ability to take your child away, and they have a life to live. You're not bringing this child here for you. You bringing this child in this world, but this is God's child. God is giving this child his own separate mission. You can't hold that child from that at all. You can't stop that child from living life because how you feel and the perspective that you have on the world. Because you may feel like this, and your child may want to go be an astronaut. Then what?
See, yeah, you're right. And
you can't go this, and you can't go to college because I feel like this is going to happen in the world, and you can't go experience these things. And if your child, what I'm saying, but like you can't go do these certain things.
And you can't do that. Also, another thing, you can't say, "Oh, he's going to college," because college is not for everybody.
It wasn't for me. That's why I'm saying, like, I want, and how I'm saying it is, like, I can't let go because I feel like I was let go too much, if that makes sense. So, like, I want my son to feel like home is always a place to
and
run.
you have to
be able to create that environment. You have to be intentional with creating that environment. I feel like the key word, and she makes it like your key word for the year. I don't know why I feel like I should tell you this right now. Intentional. Make everything you do intentional. Like, everything that you do has to have a purpose behind it.
Meaning.
Like, especially for your child. Like, everything you do is now shaping the future for your child.
Right.
Like, period. So if that's the child, if you want your child to feel like they can always come home and you're always going to be safe here with me, then don't stay in your mind and overthink about it, like, and stress about, like, oh, I don't want my child to feel like this, and I don't want to be able to do this. No, you're doing it now. Like, you're doing it now. Create a safe home for him now. Create that environment for him now. Don't stress about it. He's always going to feel safe if you always make him feel safe.
Anything that I didn't have, I want him to. That's that's
and that starts with you, though. Like, creating a safe space for you. Always being happy. Always being in a space where you can be able to provide. because parents don't think about that. It does get to a point where, oh, I did all of this for you, I did all this for you, but what are you doing for you to do all of this?
I love y'all because I want my baby so bad. Just talking about him, but that's like I said, with y'all, I know I can come talk to y'all, and I do have a good support system, but like you said, it's my child. I do what I need to do for my child, however I want to do it for my child. So that's my motive. That's what I'm gonna do.
And it's so it's okay. Like whatever it is, it's gonna be okay.
Facts.
Like it's gonna be okay.
And what she was saying,
and I learned that even with myself.
It was like such a traumatic situation for a child, and you don't give yourself enough grace. And look where you are now. Now you're raising your own child and talking about the different things that you're going to do differently now, and how you're going to raise him differently, how you're going to instill different morals, and how you want him to feel safe. You went through all these traumatic things, and I can sit here and name all of the traumatic things you went through your childhood, but that's literally
another podcast.
Because you went through those things, you're able to be here now, and you survived all of those things. And now that you're able to create the childhood that you want for your kid, that's a blessing in itself. Give yourself that grace. You're not, it could be way worse, is all I'm saying. And like, you made it. You went through all of that fucked up shit, and now you're here to provide that for your child.
Exactly. Like I said, every day, I'm grateful, 20 years old with a child, my own apartment in my name, car, my name, government job. Like, I did never, like 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't even think I'd be in this position right now. I never thought I'd be able to have my own place. I never thought I'd have a good paying job that I could pay all my bills and still enjoy myself, still spend money on myself. Like, so.
A lot of bitches can't even, they first 6 months, they first 6 years of their baby being born, they cannot even leave the house. People don't have support systems like that where they can be out at motherfucking 4:00 in the morning.
I know,
you're blessed.
I'm showing off.
You're blessed.
You doing your big one right now, Big G, Big G 202 unfiltered. Okay.
Yeah. And that goes with, like I said, with the whole kid and it changes your relationship and everything like that. Like, having him in the house, it's less arguments, but it's more arguments about dumb shit, if that makes sense. Like,
what type of dumb shit?
Dumb shit like, okay, walk in the house. Like, when you walk in the house, I got carpet. You take off your shoes when you come in the house. You take off your shoes, you put them either up in the shoe rack, or especially if you're living in the house, you put them in your room. Shoes on the floor, I leave my Crocs on the floor. That's the argument. Why you always leaving your shit on everywhere? Every day you leave your shit everywhere. Every day. No, I don't. That's not the argument. Or I say, he said, what do he do? And I'm asking, where you going? Why you always asking dumb questions? I already told you what I'm about to do.
It sounds like y'all love each other and y'all just had a baby.
Yeah.
And y'all young.
No, listen.
And y'all young.
It be dumb stuff and like smart ass remarks all the time.
It sounds like communication.
Like a female. You don't have to always, like, if I ask you a question.
If I wanted to be with a bitch, I would go be with a bitch.
Exactly.
No. It's communication though, versus saying, I want to create better cleanly habits. Let's start putting our shoes where they're supposed to be. Let's just start, If he would have said it differently, it probably would have hit different.
Also, let me tell you, this is how I eliminate like arguments in my relationships. And being intentional. If you know,
it's gonna cause the argument.
Not even if you know it's gonna cause the argument. How do you feel when y'all argument? Like, do you like when he be mad and y'all be like bickering?
No, that's toxic.
So how do I avoid this? I don't want to be toxic. I'm not toxic anymore.
I don't want to feel like this, and you shouldn't want to feel like this.
Listen, have a real conversation.
We do.
We
know him a little bit,
but I'm saying that y'all don't know him to his like.
We don't live with him.
Like, it's really bad. Like, y'all.
I'm not saying that you,
but we know you.
I'm not saying that you can change a nigga, but like,
we know you.
You got a coochie, and you can change the environment. And let me tell you, if you stop arguing with a nigga, and you
throw that coochie the right way,
just be calmer.
Like, even I be
wake up and suck some dick and be calmer.
Suck the dick.
But
and list your complaints.
I don't want to argue with you, baby.
List complaints. List your complaints, and then you suck dick. And then you list the complaints again.
How does it work?
The suck dick bar. You gotta suck more dick than complaints.
No, you don't.
I swear you do. That's a fact. If you don't no, yeah, you can. You can. You definitely can. But the complaints gotta be down here, and the dick sucking gotta be up here. And I'm telling you, if your dick sucking is up here, your complaints is down here.
What I'm saying is, I'm not the one that always complains. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not the one. I feel like I'm the nigga of the relationship.
But if your dick sucking is up here, everybody's complaints is down here.
Okay, but if
she don't move your
crotch.
What if she don't want to suck dick?
Move your crotch.
That was just an example.
Okay, let me tell you. Okay, that's what we saying.
But communicate. Okay,
unfortunately, I'm not saying this is the problem.
Why it always gotta be about
I'm not saying
it's not.
It's not always about
it's not.
But honestly, it's more so she is. It's more so the fact I feel like it gets it's dumb because of
the lack of sex.
Yes, it hasn't happened in a very long time. We did, and it made me uncomfortable during my pregnancy. Like y'all, it really hurt so bad. Like I cried, and I know that made him feel weird.
But don't risk your.
And I'm crying. What the fuck is that?
Why? But no, don't risk your health and your comfortability for somebody.
And I didn't. He understood. He just wanted me to talk, but I couldn't talk. First of all, I'm pregnant, hormones all over the place. Like I didn't know how to explain myself. Like how am I supposed to explain to him?
Another thing I really wanted to get into. I'm so glad you brought this up. It's just about becoming secure in yourself. That's what I was going to say. Just the arguments will stop. People are less likely to understand you when you don't understand yourself. It's always going to be an argument if like you can't explain yourself. If you can. You really have
vocalize
to be secure and what you want, what it is you're saying, how you feel. That's the only way people are ever going to respect you.
I feel like we gotten better way better over the years. Like when you got in the car, could you tell we were just arguing? You could. It was the energy. I thought we was hiding it good, but I guess not. But usually when we around people, they don't really they wouldn't know until like they hear me say something or like they see my facial expression and stuff like that. So. I don't know, but he pissed me off before you got in the car. I was ready to run his ass over.
It's just about,
and really, I wasn't even in the driver's seat.
It's really just acknowledging that like you're two separate people that are in a relationship, and you're together every single day. You have your two separate journeys. You may have this kid together. You may have been with,
but y'all experiences,
but you still experience two separate things. You're still going through life, and he may just be frustrated because fucking Sayed was crying because he may or may not be gassy. We'll never know.
No, y'all, I really feel like he be all over the place because he's not getting any. Like he's not getting nothing from it.
And that's real.
I really feel like that's the only issue.
And y'all are in a household together, and it's like just coming to the point. And even if that's not the case, just talking like futurely, if y'all ever go through like arguments, it just gets to the point where like you just figure out like what's important. Is this what I want to do? Are we going to keep bickering about this dumb shit?
Right.
Like this is okay, and you may argue about that, and then 5 minutes later, it's okay to be 100% over it.
Oh, good. Like, that's what we do, though. That's what we. And then his his mom noticed or whatever. She was like, "That's why I don't be saying that because y'all be headbutting 1 minute and the next minute we fucking kissing in the corner." Like so fucking.
Embrace that. And embrace those moments. Like that's 100% fine. You're building a family with this person. You're still young. You're still growing and learning yourself, and it's okay to be going through the moments where you feel like you can't say certain things and you're still
sometimes
learning.
I get to the point,
but I can't say this. Don't allow that to keep going on around your child. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like environment. As right now, it'd be like when he's in the room. All right, okay, all right, shut the fuck up. Like okay, leave it alone.
All right, I got a quick question, y'all.
Yeah,
and this is something I want to ask.
Go ahead.
What's 2 questions, and let's just spin it around. And I want to start from Gabby. 2 questions. Answer them in whatever order. What is too soon to say I love you? And what is too much of an age gap in a relationship?
Okay. You can say I love you whenever you're ready to say I love you, but I feel like there is a too soon to say I love you.
What is too soon?
Too soon would be.
Wait, I'm sorry. What you say about the age gap?
I ain't say the age gap. I ain't saying about the age gap.
Listen.
Okay, so too soon. I would say between a couple weeks to like 3 months, maybe 5. That's too early to me. I don't know. maybe everybody's different, but me personally, a couple weeks to like 5 months. 5 months, yeah.
5 months.
After 6 months, that's like half a year.
Half a year.
Yeah. So it's like
about 6 minutes.
What old? Wait. This way. No, we're not.
But age gap. It I don't know. It depends. Like if you by 14 and you talking to somebody,
No. I'm over 21.
Yeah. So all legal.
Okay, 18 plus.
18 plus. Okay. There is no age gap.
It's not.
No.
So after 18, you should be willing to talk to whoever you want.
Whoever you please.
No matter what their age is.
No matter what the age is. Love is love at the end of the day. I really don't give a fuck.
Period.
So I've talked to when I was like you said, when I was 18, I've talked to somebody that was damn near like 30.
Same.
Me too. I was 19. He was 26. Just like Kodak said.
That's nothing.
But go ahead, Trinn.
But I also feel like there's a difference between being 80 and talking to somebody that's 30. None of us are planning to be with those people, and we knew.
Well,
those
we're
things.
not planning.
But you knew those things in that moment. No matter how much you like that person, how good their dick was, you knew a motherfucker 18.
When I met my baby father, I was 16. He was 20.
I mean, we older now though.
You knew you wasn't about to
yeah, we older now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then you knew you wasn't about to fuck with that nigga. You knew it was necessary.
So what's too soon for you to say somebody live?
She said 6 months.
I feel like I feel like when you love somebody, you know when you love somebody, you say that you love them.
Yeah.
Like,
Whenever you feel it.
Yeah, I believe that because like sometimes, and also it feels like it depends on the person because sometimes you could be with someone for like 2 months and they don't let you in as much as someone does in like 2 weeks and you genuinely fall in love with this person. And I feel like it's just about the relationship that you create and if they give you the space to say I love you. And if they make you comfortable enough to say I love you.
Sometimes people would be saying that I love you off the adrenaline of the relationship. It don't really be like until they really like
get the infatuation phase.
Yeah. So
yeah, and I feel like a lot of us on this couch are in infatuation phase right now.
Who?
Right now, girl, I've been with him.
Go ahead, say your piece so I can go.
But I feel like too big of an age gap is. I have a really biased opinion. Let's not even talk about this.
No, I really want to know because I really feel like it shouldn't be no age
gap. It's a general question. I
feel like there's an age gap when it's a mental thing. We all feel like we're grown until
so it's not an age gap. We physically it's not a number gap. It's a mentality gap.
We all feel like we're grown until you look back. Even when you was 18, fuck with that 13-year-old. I mean that 30-year-old. I'm sorry, that 18 fucking with that almost 30-year-old. I was literally 18 fucking with a 28, 29-year-old. You just said same, and I know you have went through the same exact thing. Looking back on that, you thought you was so grown, and in those moments, you think like, I know what I was doing. Like, yeah, I can fuck with them. Now looking back, when you think of people like Anthony and Nicole, look, bitch, I would never with a 30-year-old man, bitch. The first thing we're gonna do is motherfucking call her father, kill this nigga, or call. But that's the same. It was if it was you. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it.
I get what y'all saying.
All of your cousins and my sisters watched us grow up, and we still did it. And we
that's
still
what I'm
did
saying.
It,
it's the same.
And we still did it. And that's what I'm saying. So that's why I feel like the age difference thing, it's only a problem because it's like a mental
But I'm saying after your appropriate age, does it matter? And that's all I'm saying.
I think the appropriate age is 21.
So after 21, does the age gap matter?
No.
You feel like after 21, it doesn't matter? Okay, I feel like after 21, it still does matter.
But because you thinking about,
I feel like
I wouldn't want to see you walking down the street with a 40-year-old fucking.
Because I feel like it's a life experience.
Because when he was 20, you wasn't even here.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a life experience thing. I 100% feel like when you're a female and you're in a relationship with a man, especially a man that's old, the age gap is only a problem because I feel like when women are in a relationship with a man who are older than them, especially when we're talking like
in molding ages.
There's always like a point of manipulation. Why is this man that's this old trying to fuck with somebody that's this young? It's not normal for men to go after women that's 15, 20 years younger than them. Yeah. Where's the woman that's your age at? Why you can't go fuck with them? Because you've already ruined all of those relationships. That's why. Because now you're in these environments. And then because you're in these environments And why are you even in these environments where you can have the ability to fuck with these girls that's younger than you? It's a lot of things that has to be questioned. That's why I don't support her. Although she may be grown enough to make these decisions, it's like a whole bunch of manipulation that comes into play. This person can't make these decisions, and half of the times these people are old enough to be our parents. My mother had me when she was fucking 16. A lot of the times these niggas be 15, 16 years older than me. Yeah, it's cool. So like fuck with these niggas because like they older, but half the time you're old enough to be my parent. So like what's the purpose of being in this relationship? Like what do we have here to connect about? You have all of this life experience. Like you're
There's a lot of older niggas out here though that's more childish than the niggas that we are.
But they still have that life experience and they still childish. And then that's a big enough reason. That's an even bigger reason you shouldn't be fucking with him. That's a red flag.
All right, India, you'll go.
Oh, I asked a question.
You out.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
It's too soon to say I love you since you wanted to know.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm delusional, so I can say I love you.
Oh my god!
In like 3 seconds.
Yeah, I'm delusional too, y'all. I'm in love.
No, but
I
do
say
it
with my baby father. I did say like quite from early, but
Love you, boo.
But y'all been together for years.
Yeah, but I still
y'all got.
But no, I'm
years
not
now.
waiting. I'm not waiting. I don't think it would take months to tell somebody you good.
That's no, it does.
I don't think so.
I think it does.
I don't think so.
Really
Depending on the relationship, if y'all together every day, y'all spending time doing this, doing that, going out, you know.
I have
love
for a lot of
If you want to talk about months, the earliest I can say is about
infatuation and love is different.
But sometimes it could take up time.
And I feel like the infatuation phase isn't over until 90 days.
Infatuation
is 3 months.
It's like 4 months.
If you still feel that way after the 90
more
days,
than 90.
Then you might love them.
More than 90.
Infatuation was proven to be 90 days.
I mean, I don't know what I'm in.
Is that why
you win?
90-day marriage?
Yeah, to see if it's gonna last. 90-day fiance.
No, not even just 90-day marriage. Just knowing people.
What do you feel like? Age? What do you feel like?
Oh, it was my turn.
Age difference.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think after you're an appropriate age, like 18. Well, not even 18. I think after 21, it's whatever.
Y'all missing the point. I get
no,
that
that's everybody's opinion though.
Yeah, but I get that you're old enough to make this decision. But do you not see the issue?
Okay, but can I say
it might be an issue to somebody else?
There's an issue in a lot of stuff. If you have a mental disability and you have ID, you can go buy alcohol. It's just so much stuff in America and the world in general that we can't even get into right now. But
like it might be an issue to you, but if
it's not about if it's you know what I'm saying. It's not about if it's an issue to you.
Okay, and that's not what I'm saying. And if the person in their life, if that person who has a mental illness, who has an ID that can go buy alcohol, that person has somebody in their life that cares about them, and it's not a good decision. If that person is blessed enough to have this, they have the morals to know I have a mental disability, and just because I have an ID,
that's just
because I have an ID, don't mean I gotta go buy alcohol because I have a mental illness and I know this. Mm-hmm. It's about having the morals and knowing these things and knowing the right from wrong and knowing that these things, whatever it is, I'm not saying that these things are. And it's like, just because we're sitting right here, majority of the time, these conversations are only brought up. Is the age gap an issue? Is because we all know the age gap is an issue. And if it wasn't an issue, these conversations wouldn't have been had. Yeah. So what is it? What's the underlying issue that's there that's because not being identified? That all of the younger people that's in these relationships are that's not being like identified. What is it that's not being talked about? Because we all know that it's an issue.
So to you, what's the appropriate age gap?
I feel like an appropriate age gap.
So somebody can be 29. Somebody can be 30 years old. It would be a problem if somebody's 30 years old with a 60-year-old man. You would see a problem with that?
No, because I feel like you're 30. You have the life experience.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not about that.
21 is not 21 years of
life.
Okay,
about 29.
Versus 40 years of life. 15 years of life versus 27 years of life. This is two completely different things. The only thing you've done at 21 is possibly went through a little bit of college.
Can we talk about the people? But listen, can we talk about? Okay, listen. Let's talk about the people that's 30 years old that ain't did shit.
What do you mean? But
but I'm saying this is no. But this is a real thing. No, this is a real thing. This is a very real thing. But let's talk about the 30-year-old people that haven't did shit. That haven't mentally grown. They don't have the mental capacity to even see outside of certain things. And I'm not talking about women. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that haven't matured, that haven't grown.
And what I'm saying is those are all choices.
What I'm saying is when you get they lack experience. They lack the experience that you speak about.
What do you mean?
The life experience that you speak about. Just because you live day to day doesn't mean you make experience.
I'm not saying that you need the life experience. However, 21 is young. I'm talking about the manipulation that comes from being with a man that's old.
Or
like
women.
I'm saying in general about manipulation.
Even when it's an older woman and it's a younger boy, why the fuck do y'all think young ass boys be fucking with older women?
But it's not even that either.
Exactly.
It's vice versa.
That's a man manipulating an older woman.
It's vice versa as well, though.
So are you saying that the man is always manipulating?
A 30-year-old woman can't manipulate a 67-year-old man.
100%. We see it all the time, especially when it comes to like the
disability
money. That's the whole
life insurance.
That's a whole different conversation, though.
But it's not.
It's still an age gap.
We're talking about that is a whole.
It's not.
Listen, no. Because listen, now it's a whole different conversation because now you're saying how older women who are
doesn't matter who is manipulated.
Listen, yes, because listen to the difference in the conversations. You're saying a 21-year-old choosing to be with a 40-year-old man being in a relationship versus a 30-year-old choosing to manipulate an older man with disability.
Okay, what if that 20-year-old?
That's what I'm saying. But more than likely he's trying to trickle. I'm talking about two people that's choosing to be together.
And what about the other ages?
I'm talking about
the 21-year-old could be trying to manipulate.
It's two different agendas. What about what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. The agendas. If the 21-year-old and the 40-year-old is willfully getting in a relationship and they feel like this is going to work, and they're or the 20-year-old man and the 40-year-old woman is choosing to get in a relationship, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to love, we're going to trust each other. It's different between a 30-year-old going to pimp out and trick a fucking 65-year-old man for his money, and we know this.
But I'm saying, I'm saying gender-wise.
I'm talking about being real. Why are you saying gender-wise?
Because I'm saying, you're saying a 20...
I still feel like it's wrong. Yes.
So a 20-year-old guy and an older woman is wrong as well.
If my mother starts fucking with a nigga that's my age, that's dead-ass wrong. You know you dead-ass wrong. You got kids that's that nigga age, that's dead-ass wrong. It's nothing right about that. Period. We know it's wrong, and that's why we're sitting here having this conversation is what I'm saying. Because it's wrong. And if it wasn't wrong, it would never be a conversation. Just like it's literally called statutory rape. You can literally be of age and still can't even consent for yourself. It's dead ass wrong. It's wrong, and that's why we have the conversation. It's nothing right about it, and we know when somebody is going through. That's like your father walking in here with the fucking 23-year-old. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm gonna be alright.
What the fuck? Exactly. And it's like, that's why I'm carrying it.
But that's because you gotta know how to fight to be with my father.
That's just because you may be getting money from him, or his dick may be good, or he's making you happy. The only reason why we're having this conversation is because
it's not okay. We know it's not okay. That's why we're talking about it.
Yeah. And that's why, and it's like, regardless of who's manipulating who and who's
and that's what I'm saying. Doesn't matter who's being manipulated. Okay. Does gender matter?
It's not okay.
Gender doesn't matter. Who's being manipulated doesn't matter.
It's not okay.
Because if it's not okay, then those factors shouldn't have a play in it.
It's not okay. So even if you are choosing, and if the reason is for women who's choosing, if the reason is because it's making me happy, we have these conversations and you think about these things because you know it's not okay. Period.
Yeah.
Period. And if you know something isn't okay, that means you're going against your morale, and that'd be the points that I've been trying to make.
That's a different conversation. That's what I'm saying.
And it's something that's way deeper. It goes against your morals, and that means you're not being honest with
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how you know it's not okay. Mm-hmm. Which goes to show. And if you're thinking about that as somebody that's younger, whether it's the man or the woman that's younger, the person that's older is 100% thinking the same thing because it's not okay. Thank you for tuning in to our second episode of No School. Thank you for tuning into this episode of 202 Unfiltered. I'm Trinn.
I'm Jess.
And we're so unqualified. unqualified.
Definitely unqualified. We didn't even serve these people with an intro. It was no
real shit, cause it's lifestyle expensive, way too thick, and it's drip off limits.